Hello and welcome to another Ajax Machine Tools video. Here today I'm going to talk to you about the Fagor 8055 control. This is my personal favourite. I think it's a very powerful control and very simple and easy to learn to use. So to start off with, this is your main page on the MDI side of the control. Here we have our full MDI features in jog mode, where we can input a G0 X100 line and run it, and it'll be as simple as that, just to run a simple MDI line. Okay, so if you come back out, we've also got a reference search on this side, so we can reference our axes. As simply as that, and the machine will run that. What I want to more focus on though is the actual conversation side of this control, which to get to is Shift Escape, switches you over to this side. So on here we've got our axis position, tool page, spindle and feed. If we want to change tool, I'll start with that. Tool 2. Most of the machines, this is the demo unit so it's not doing it, but most of the machines will then come up with a message here telling you to change tool. If you want to change the tool position of the machine, it's quite simple. We select the tool box, come down, and then we can alter the numbers for where the machine actually goes to change tool. Spindle, simple as S1000 and in, and then we start the spindle using our buttons down here. We've also got spindle override here in 5% increments. Down here's our feed rate, same again. If we go F100, we've now got a feed rate in of 100, which is adjustable using the override knob here. For the tool setting, we would come up to the edge of a job and then X0. But what most people don't know is you can also, if you want to just jog the machine around using your feed rate programmed here, so go X100 and it will actually move as simply as that on this side. So it's a bit like MDI but a bit simpler. So let's run that. Put it back to 0. Keep it easy. Okay, so across the bottom of the screen here we have our different cycles built into the machine. This is our tool calibration page for setting our Z heights. Here we've got tool offsets, length offsets, radius, Z coordination, the calibration parts, fairly simple stuff. Here we've got different cycles. This hasn't got any in. Some machines will have the engraving cycles in here, or depending on what machine it is. Here we've got our profile cutting, simple point to point on this one, up to 12 points. But we've also got another page down here, which you use level cycle to get to, which is just different parameters of the same job. Here we've got bidirectional milling, which I'll go through a bit more in detail in a minute, because we're going to run that, and grooving cycles. In here we've got our profile pockets, so we've got 2D and 3D. To enter the profile, we go into it, select one of here, and recall. And we get an error on that one, so let's pick a different one. Here we can edit the profile. Starting point, we can validate it, and we can straight line out to X100, Y20. We can actually draw out our part on the profile editor. Finish. That'll do. Okay, so in here we have a rectangular boss or round boss. I did that one. Pockets, we've got simple pocket, rectangular, circular and circular pocket too. Just different parameters we need to put in. It'll be sort of more personal preference which way you want to do it. Okay, now down here we have our drilling, tapping and reaming cycles. We have quite a few different variations of these, which are also work off these as well. So if we fill in our information of we want the hole at X50, Y50 is the centre of our hole, safety coordinate of 2 mil above the job. We've set part 0, Depth of the hole, 20mm. Drilling peck, do 5mm pecks. Dwell time at the bottom, I normally do a small amount. Feed rate of, let's go 200. Spindle feed 1500. Clockwise, we'll use tool 2, which would be our drill. And then if we come into one of these cycles, we can actually do a grid pattern. So instead of doing individual holes, we can set it out as a pattern over the job. I'll be doing a video on actually doing this on our bed mill, probably later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see how we get on. But for now, I just wanted to go through bidirectional milling for you to show you how quick and easy it is, assuming our tool is set up. So X coordinate at start point will be 0, 0. Length of the job, we'll say it's 100mm block by 100mm, we'll make it square. Overshooting, we'll put in a 5mm overshoot. Angle with respect to X, safety coordinate 2mm. Part Z 0. Depth of cut, we'll take off, it'll be a roughing cut for facing, 1mm. Pass on Z, we'll do it in 0.5mm. Feed rate on Z, we'll give that a 150mm. Feed rate of, we'll give it 500. 1000 for the spindle. I'm just making these numbers up as we go along, to be honest. I've got tool 1. Offset 1, roughing pass of 0.5. We want to turn finishing off, which we can do using change colour button. So to run this program, all we need to do is go into part program. This is where our list of programs is. We'll just create a new one called number 8, and we'll call it Ajax, why not? Now to put our cycle into this, the one we've just written, we enter it in, turn our feed down, and we run the cycle. So you can actually start machining extremely quickly with this control, and setting up tools does not take very long, but that will be in a separate video. So actually running this does not take long at all to get you machining things. What else we can do with this control, I'll just reset out of that, is if we have a fourth axis on the machine, or you want to use some other various M code that you can't get to on this, we can use ISO. So say we want to put an M19 into our orient the spindle, we can also put in different M codes here. So let's say we want to put an M30 at the end of the program. All we do is do it that way. Thank you very much.